Oh, yeah. Let's get to this part of the program. Yeah. It's time to bring on a man who was the steadiest bat in all the Fishes lineup last year before his season was so tragically taken from him. Yeah. Broke his hand, didn't let him go and finish the race, but now he's got himself a sprint season coming up as one of the mainstays here in the Fish lineup, surrounded by all kinds of bats. Big Corey Stickerson's gonna be in there. Yeah. You got Jesus Aguilar, boy, he hits it really far. Yeah. And the young guns who are coming up as well. Monte Harrison, all day, Monte, every day. And of course, lay one Diaz, gonna lay one in there. Yeah, you lay one in there, he's gonna buck it. But let's get to the man of the hour, the man we dubbed the groundskeeper, Brian Anderson. He's got a rake, he's got a hose, he's got the whole kit and caboodle. Let's get to him. Brian Anderson on the program right now. No further questions, Mean Gene.
Always enjoy having this guy on. We're excited for baseball, Leroy. It's almost down the pipe, man. And we got the man himself, Brian Anderson, the groundskeeper, joining us. We appreciate the time, Brian. Thanks so much, man.
God, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. It's got to be exciting that it's finally winding down to some baseball. I was out at the park the other day. I was watching you guys in the sim game, and you were on the team, I think, facing Sam, man, weren't you? You were taking on Sandy.
Yeah, that was a great time.
He was I think Don Mattingly said that he's got as good a stuff as anybody in baseball. That's your teammate. How fun was it facing him? Was that unenjoyable, or did you like getting the chance to face him?
You know, it's always fun just getting the challenge. I'm not going to go out there and say that I want to face him again right before the season starts. Not good for the confidence. I think he threw like 68 pitches in 6 innings, so that kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, it does.
Does this season, getting a chance to get a feel around everybody? You guys brought in a lot of veteran sticks to put around you. You got it seems like a nice line to put together. Like I was just noticing it as you guys were going past. I was like, man, like it seems like you got a lot of guys confident to have at the plate if you're the Marlins or if you're a fan rooting for this team. So I guess, how does that feel around it? Does it feel like you just got the experience around you, just more well-rounded with the roster?
Yeah, for sure. You know, we definitely added a couple older guys that have some experience, you know, playing 162 games. We have guys that have been around the league for a long time. A lot of guys that bring that sort of leadership, you know, on the offensive side. And on top of that, we have a lot of young guys that got a lot of experience last year, and guys that are going to bring that into this year. And you can kind of see them developing, you know, at this level. And, you know, on top of that, you know, with this camp that we got, these younger guys that aren't even on the roster but that are here and competing, the talent level is just, you can see it rising. You can see that each and every at bat is getting stronger. You know, we got good arms up there. We've always had good arms. It's just a matter of putting together a solid offense that can help those guys out.
How frustrating it is having all this anticipation in April and not being able to get together until July.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, I think we're just, you know, getting one of our other players back, so it's just ready to play baseball. And you know, I actually had to take a little bit of time off during that quarantine just because, you know, everything was closed down. You know, as a baseball player, you're always playing in May and June, so it's just weird not getting those opportunities, not seeing the ball, not getting to run out there on the field, not getting that sun. So and we're just excited to get back and get back to competing and playing baseball again.
Did you do anything weird to stay ready? Like, is there anything you had to get like really crafty because you couldn't go anywhere, or did you just try and take it easy?
No, I tried setting up a little hitting station inside my garage. That ended up pretty poorly. I almost took down the garage door. But you know, I tried doing some home improvement, trying to make a little batting cage and stuff like that. But no, nothing crazy. I just eventually had to hop a few fences and was hoping not to get caught out there.
Brian, are you married? Like, did the missus, if you are, did the missus think that was okay?
Yeah, she's all for it. She's all for anything I can do to get ready for the season, and as long as I'm not breaking anything.
Did you guys get like just frustrated? Like I know me sitting around the house with my wife and kids for the first, you know, couple of weeks when she wasn't doing anything either. I'm like, man, go do something.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same point, you know, we're trying to follow all the rules. We're trying to do everything right. We're trying to stay home, reduce any risk that we can. And to be honest, my wife and I love spending time at home with each other. And you know, we got a great set of animals there at home too. So it seemed like we were never bored.
It's weird because you don't get that opportunity this time of year. You're on the road. You may say a hi and bye, a couple of home games or whatever, but it is different. You know, going into this season with all the anticipation and things just getting shut down, were you in contact with any other players? Just wondering, hey, what are you guys doing? What you know, with the other players, with the new players trying to introduce yourself? What was going on with the rest of your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a constant battle. You know, it just depends on where you're at. You know, a lot of guys that stayed down here in Florida were trying to get together. You know, guys were facing each other at live ABs and stuff like that. You know, me being back home in Arkansas, there's only a handful of guys that are back in that area. I was able to play some catch. I was able to stand in on some other players that live there in the off season. It's just that, you know, like guys reaching out to each other, guys needing throwing partners. It doesn't matter what team you're on at this point. It just guys just want to get ready to play baseball again.
Right. Was there a lot of that though? Was there a lot of, hey, you don't necessarily play with the Marlins, but you're in town. Let's get together and get a workout in.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I like I said, I think it happened a lot more in areas not like where I live, but definitely it was happening down in Jupiter. Yeah, there's a pitcher with Tampa Bay, Jalen Beeks, that he lives in the same neighborhood I do back home in Arkansas. I get together with him, we throw, work out, hit, whatever we could do.
Are you excited, Brian? Because it seems like you're going to be more situated at third base this year because the outfield seems pretty packed. You got a lot of young guys coming up. Your versatility was awesome last year because, I mean, you were still gunning people out from the outfield left and right, but it seems like you're going to be more settled in at the hot corner. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was always an adjustment going to the outfield. I think, you know, infield is somewhere I've always played. You know, third base mostly with the Marlins. You know, that's not really something I can control, so it's not something I really try to put much thought into. If they need me to move around, that's what I'm here for. You know, I play against the pull guys anyways, the left-handed hitters. I end up in right field anyways, so it kind of seems like no matter what, I'll be spending some time in the outfield grass.
Yeah, but don't, you know, stick at the hot corner. Like, yeah, put your flag. Don't be like Leroy where you're like, oh, I'll be a fullback. And then they make him block. Then they make him block like crazy nonstop.
No,
I'm just looking out for you, man.
I hated that. I
know you did.
never blocked a day in my life.
You're too versatile.
Here, Brian, here's how it goes. When they tell you, hey, the only way you can get on the field is to play outfield, you're all in, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what happened. It was either play fullback or don't play.
Exactly.
So you do what you got to do.
Have you ever pulled off the hidden ball trick?
I've tried it before in high school, but I don't know if we ever got to work.
That happened one. I think the only hidden ball trick I ever remember in Marlins history was Mike Lowell at third base pulling it off. Him and Todd Jones pulled it off back in the day. I think you should bust it out this season.
I think third base is the way to go. I think everyone's kind of paying a lot more attention at first and second. I think third base is the way to go with the hidden ball trick. We'll see if we can do something, but we can't be talking about it, otherwise people get onto it.
You know, they're excited. They're in scoring position. They're thinking maybe either a long fly ball gets me in. They're looking at the batting coach. No, they're not paying attention.
Yeah, no,
definitely.
Have you, I guess, what has been the hardest thing to get used to with baseball in this atmosphere with, you know, I guess being wary of not spitting, you know, high-fiving, all that type of stuff. What has been the weirdest and hardest thing to get used to?
Yeah, I think, like you said, just limiting your social interaction, I guess, with your teammates. You know, you can talk to them, but you got to stay apart from them. They said the whole, like, you know, chewing gum, no sunflower seeds, stuff like that. It's a lot different, you know. I think the atmosphere, just not having people in the stands, is a little different too. It's just adjustments that everyone has to make, you know. So as much as we want to let it affect us, we got to understand that other people and other teams are going through it just the same. And, you know, we just got to go out there and play our game and just trust ourselves and just be a good team and, you know, just let it go.
You're not a big social media guy, man. Like you're a 27-year-old pro athlete and you seem like you're the only person who doesn't tweet or is on Instagram. How the hell is that possible?
I mean, I think it's just something that I always viewed as something that could get me into trouble. And it's not that I would say anything controversial. It's just, you know, I like being at home. I like being wherever I am. You know, if I'm at home, I like being at home. I don't want to be out there, you know, on the internet. I play enough video games on the internet to get enough time on there.
So it was a conscious decision. You just got no time for the post and the food or any of that type of stuff, because it's one of the things, like, normally when I like to interview guys, see what they're up to on social media. It's like with Brian Anderson, he's like a man of mystery. He's a man of mystery. There's nothing there. You guys, guess what? My private life, kick rocks.
Yeah, I think it's just, growing up in kind of a rural area, it's just not something that I really dove into very hard. It's not something that I'm against. It's not something that I have any issues with. It's just something that I never really got that into. And, we'll see as my career goes on if that ends up getting bigger or not. But, yeah, I try to keep my private life, private. And, people that know me know what's going on in my life. And I think that's what's important to me.
So you're a big gamer though? Like, is that one of your hobbies in the off season and when you're off the field?
Yeah, anytime I'm not on the field, I'm probably on Call of Duty. So,
Brian, new teammate that you've clicked with the most? Like, is there a guy personality wise you just have newcomer who you're just like, I like this guy, I'm glad we brought him in?
I mean, it's hard to single one guy out. I mean, we brought in a bunch of great guys. One guy that just jumps off the page to me that's kind of blended in like super well is Jesus Aguilar. It seems like he just, came right in. It seems I've known him for a while already. He's great just talking with younger guys, older guys. He's the guy that's got experience. He's been in the postseason. He's a guy that, like, you can just go up to and talk to him about anything, and he's always in a great mood.
Before we get started, like, does the season feel like there's any more pressure on it? Because I know everybody's saying it's a sprint, it's not a marathon, and it feels like you guys are being dropped right into a pennant race. And I know this was supposed to be kind of the step of you guys really turning it on as a franchise, but you guys have been dropped in the middle of two very tough divisions, and you guys it's a big challenge ahead of you.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's more of excitement just for that challenge. We know that anything can happen in 60 games. We're just gonna go and hit it hard and just trust our ability, and we're just gonna let the baseball speak for itself.
Well, you were fantastic last year, man. Stay healthy, stay safe out there, and we always appreciate it when you spend some time with us.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, thanks for having me.